Yo guys, what's going on? Back again. Video blog time. Actually, video collection time. This is going to be the Wii Collection. And my Wii Collection is actually pretty decent size. It's funny how we all say there's no games. I mean, I got quite a bit. It's probably my most untouched collection. Untouched as in, I haven't traded much out of it. Usually whatever I buy on the Wii, I just keep. I usually only get the key stuff. There's maybe one or two games that I did get rid of that I wish I didn't, but it is what it is. So this is my Wii Collection as of now. The only game not in this collection that I will attain very soon is The Last Story. So let's get to it. Kind of reverse alphabetical simply because I have the way I have it stacked. Let's get to it. The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. Now this was a GameCube game, obviously, and it was just, you know, turned out to be a launch Wii game. And at the end of the day, I fucking love this game. It was a more mature looking Link, and not that I didn't like Wind Waker, I loved Wind Waker, but I liked the more, you know, Ocarina of Time looking Link. And this kind of was that bumped up, better looking. And you know, the wolf parts weren't bad, but they weren't really, for me in my opinion, weren't really necessary. So nobody ever rags on that, but I don't know. I liked it, and I had to get the Wii version simply because it was complete widescreen. The funny thing is, he is right-handed in this game because the game is mirrored from the GameCube version. And the waggle, you know, I actually liked it. I mean, even though you only did a little flick and he just swung the sword, it felt great. So, Twilight Princess. Next one on the list is Skyward Sword. Was dying for this game. I'm like, you know what? This looks amazing. And the way that they mix the graphical style of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, awesome looking game, right? Well, I don't know what the deal was. Maybe because I was in transition of moving, you know. I got to the third or second temple, and I was enjoying the game immensely, and I just stopped playing. I just stopped. No reason, just stopped. I mean, I loved it. I mean, already from what I played, I liked it more than Twilight Princess. I like Twilight Princess, but I like this more. So I don't really know what happened. I just, you know what I mean? One of those things. But I'm sure it's a great game. Next game in the collection is Zack and Wiki. One of the only chances Capcom took this generation that looked like was worthwhile. Let me tell you, this game graphically looks fantastic, and for some reason, I don't know why, maybe it's the graphical style, something about this game reminds me of Mega Man Legends. I don't know why. It has nothing to do with Mega Man Legends style gameplay at all, but something about it just gave me that you know, that memory in my head. Problem with this game was these puzzles were so effing difficult, you needed a game fact. And, oh man, I just hate having to cheat like that. So, it turned me off from continuing. I stopped playing. But it looks fantastic, and the puzzles were smart, but they were hard as hell. So, you know, Zack and Wiki, that's what it is. Next game is Xenoblade Chronicles. The US finally got this. A little while ago, I got it off Nintendo's website. I still have it sealed. I want to get to this game, but I got to be in the mood to play it. And I wanted to get it because essentially you're not going to be able to find this game just because the way they sold it. So I was like, you know what, I better just get it now. Avoid the $80, $70, $150 fucking asking price when people start selling this. I hate that shit. Ugh. Anyway. Next game on the list, Wario Land Shake It. This is one of the best looking 2D platformers I've ever seen. It's awesome. Fun stuff. It's like a sequel to Wario World on the GameCube, and it's fantastic. I love this game. It looks great. Cool cartoon anime stuff. It's just really good. Simple, shake of the controller. No, wacky ass. You just, and it works well. So that is what it is. Wario Land Shake It. Did beat that game. Played this in the arcades, believe it or not. Tatsunoko versus Capcom. My buddy actually had this game illegally way back when it came out in Japan before, the other characters were added. And I was like, damn, this is awesome. This is freaking awesome game. And then I played it in the arcade at a GameWorks. And finally it got announced for the US, and it was actually, they added a couple characters, so it's the best version. Problem is, I don't know the Tatsunoko guys too well, so it's hard for me to get it super excited. I know all the Capcom characters, but yeah, I mean it's an awesome game though, and the way that the buttons work on it, the controls, they work great. So Tatsunoko versus Capcom. Here's another game that I love the original, so when I saw this, I had to get it. I wanted this game, but never played it. Tales of Symphonia, Dawn of the New World, technically the sequel. There's the original characters in the back. Never got around to this game. I mean, Tales games don't come out in the US as often as they should. So, when I see them, I just buy them because I'm I don't want it down the road when I want to get this game, people jack the price up, I don't know. Oh, I hate that. It's whenever you, little tangent here, for some reason when you store your games side by side, or stack them, they get all this scuff all along the edge here, where they rub together. I hate that shit, especially since all my games are new. It makes them look like I got them from GameStop used or something. Little tangent. Alright, so the next game, probably one of my favorite games on the Wii, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. With the inclusion of, my favorite fucking character, Sonic the Hedgehog, and, Metal Gear, Solid Snake, I was like, this is beast, this is ultimate, right? Tons and tons and tons of content in this game, tons of love and care. It's crazy, man. It just sucks that it's not in HD. Now, a lot of people were upset because it's not Melee. They added some gameplay tweaks that people didn't like. I never really took Smash Brothers as a super competitive, hardcore fighting game. It was a fun, awesome party game, right? But there's those people out, they would have a mod that you can do without, modding your Wii. You just add a save file to your SD card and you can play this if it was Melee. Pretty crazy. Next game on the list, Super Paper Mario. I really enjoyed Paper Mario 1000 Year Door on the GameCube. I mean, immensely, surprisingly, I just, a lot. So, damn, there's all this dust in between these games here. What the hell? Weesh. Place, like I told you guys before, this place is dusty. So, but what I didn't like about this game, way too much text, and the whole aspect of how 1000 Year Door played. It wasn't RPG, it was more 2D, platformer with RPG elements, and I wasn't a big fan of that. I honestly liked the RPG style of this game more, so, but, one of the better games on the Wii. So the next game on the list here is, jeez, this game has scratches. Mario Galaxy 2. Pretty much 1.1 of Galaxy 1, but you got Yoshi in here. I guess these were essentially, this was leftover ideas of Mario Galaxy, and they said they had so much left over that they could actually make a full game out of it. And this is a full game, full blown game. I still like the first one though, and just I like it better. Which is, here it is, the first game, Mario Galaxy. This game was phenomenal. Phenomenal. This is almost a near perfect game. No wacky bugs, no clipping, no like, you know, lag and jumping. It just, everything about this game was just dead set on, like they fucking made this game solid, super solid game right here. I mean, it's an evolution of Mario 64. It really is. The next game, with the cool red case, New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I love the DS game, and this game is just even better. It's a little more difficult, which I like. I mean, DS one was way too easy, but this is a little difficult. And you know, the power-ups, they're alright. I wasn't a big fan of the snowball thing, because you have to shake the remote to grab stuff. I didn't like that. The penguin suit, meh. Now the propeller was cool, but it just felt like a gimmick. It didn't feel like a addition to Mario's power-ups. But you get to use Yoshi in here too. The 4 players pretty much throwaway, because if you have any kind of skill, your skill is diminished completely when playing with other people, because you got people jumping on your head, you know, you're smacking into each other. It's not really, it says 4-player co-op and all that, but at the end of the day, this is really meant to just be played by yourself, if you want to play it with any seriousness on here. Next game on the list is Sonic Unleashed. Cheap case. Nintendo, they have like durable cases, right? You can tell. And any third-party game, cheap case, it's like. But anyway, Sonic Unleashed, about the game itself here. This game is actually different than the Xbox 360 PS3 version. It's a totally different game. Levels, it's the same theme and motif the levels have, but the routes, the paths, the mechanics, totally different game. I remember I played a good like halfway through this, and then I got the 360 version early, so I was like, well, I'm playing that one, and I just never went back to this. But I want to go back to it because I did like that it was a little different, different take on the game. Obviously the Werehog sections aren't that great, but daytime levels were pretty fun. Now, I'm a fan of this series. I know a lot of people aren't, but I thought it was pretty good. Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. I really loved Sonic Riders. That game was hard as hell. That's what made it fun. You didn't know it was going to be that difficult, but this one though, they tone it down. They tone it down, the difficulty, huge. So while it's a fun game, it's not as challenging. So the replay value, in my opinion, goes down. Simply because it's just too easy to play the game. This is before the onslaught of poor Sonic games. Sonic and the Secret Rings. Now, the problem with this game is, all the power-ups made the game. So when you start out with zero, like you have no power-ups, it ruins it. It really does ruin it, because once you obtain all the power-ups and the moves, the game plays all right. But before that, it plays bad because it's just unresponsive, and it's because they took out all the moves to try to pad things in. So a really bad choice on Sega for that one. I don't know. It's not that great of a Sonic game, but it has its moments. It has its moments. Well, here we go. Now we can talk about a fantastic Sonic game, which is Sonic Colors. Fantastic game. It plays off of Unleashed for the Wii, has the same kind of boost mechanic and everything. Not as intense, like the boosting is limited in this game. And a lot of platforming, cool power-ups, awesome power-ups, man. Awesome music, awesome levels. Fantastic game overall. Highly recommend Sonic Colors for the Wii. Highly recommend. Here we go with another one of the bad ones. And that is Sonic and the Black Knight. The thing is, they were trying to pull off this bullshit of storybook series, which, sorry, nobody's buying it, and it, you know, it ain't happening. Most of the CDs in this, see how the CDs are just like, you know, cheapy looking. They fixed that later on, but gameplay wise, I beat this game too, and see these cases? I'm telling you, man, they're just cheap fucking cases. That's part of the reason why I like it's like, do I even keep these damn things? Because the cases are so cheap and brittle. Anyway, I thought this would have been okay, simply because instead of using the motion control to move, you use the analog stick. Yeah, it's not that good. It's just you're being forced forward, and you know, it's not that great. It's not that great. Now I still sealed. I got this really cheap Sin and Punishment for the Wii. The 64 version is awesome. Short as hell, but it's awesome. It's hard, it's intense. And so when I saw that, you know, they had the sequel, which I guess this is the son of the two original characters, I was like, oh man, this is going to be a beast of a game. But, as you can tell, I have not opened it, which is for the better since I'm not playing it. Why let it get all scratched up? Next game on the list is a game I probably owned 3 or 4 times. That is Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition. This is pretty much the best version simply because the Wii mode gives you like 100% precise aiming, you know? And it has all the PS2 content, but the GameCube engine, so it's really the best you can get. Even the HD versions don't look as good as they should, considering they're supposed to be HD. But yeah, this is probably, if not the GameCube, this version is probably one of the best versions to get. Resident Evil 4, game-defining game, period. A very cool game to see Nintendo bring back and show some love to. Punch-Out. This game is so much fun. So much fun. Problem is, it starts getting so difficult that I can't deal with it. It's just too much. It's too much. It's too intense. Too intense. Now I guess you can use the balance board here. I don't know what the hell you would use it for, but yeah, you can use the balance board. Okay. Next game on the list is the new play control, Pikmin. Pretty much, you get widescreen and you get, you know, Wiimote and Wiimote controls, which is pretty sweet. Sweet deal, right? I only played a couple hours. I do like it. It's just, these games always come out when there's so many other things out there that look more interesting. And so I want to get to these that I just never do. So that's Pikmin. And while we're at it, put this in order. Still sealed. I just recently bought this Pikmin II for the Wii, new play control. This one has the Nintendo Selects cover, which actually looks pretty sweet. I like the little design on there. So yeah, Pikmin 2. I haven't played that one either, but I think I also have it on the GameCube. But next game on the list, No More Heroes 2: Desperate Struggle. Good game, but I think something was lost in between the first and the sequel. I didn't have as much fun with this one, even though it is better in a lot of ways. Didn't have as much fun as the first game, but No More Heroes 2. next game on the list is No More Heroes, the original, and this game is fantastic. Really good, really good stuff. No More Heroes 2. 1, not 2. I just talked about 2. What the hell? Next game, disappointing. Yeah, disappointing. There is good parts in this game, but overall disappointing. The sequel to Knight's Journey of Dreams. They could have done without him having a voice, 1. And they put segments in there where you actually have to play as the kids. That's not fun. And I think Yuji Naka knew that, because in the original games, you don't play as the kid. You just walk up to the damn palace, jump in, and turn into knights. That's what we want to do. We want to be knights. And so the knights segments were good. You don't have to use the motion controls, thank God, because they're horrible. But then you're forced to play as the kids. It's just, I don't know why. Why would they do that? And another game on the list here, Metroid Prime Trilogy. Now, I own the original Part 3 and almost beat it. Problem was, I started the game on Veteran, and so near the end it got a little too difficult for me, so I never finished it. Right when I was about to finish it, here comes the trilogy. I'm like, alright, I'm going to sell the GameCube versions, and I'm just going to buy the trilogy, because the Wiimote for Prime 3 was amazing. Amazing. It was better than the original way to control the game. It really was. Now this is, thank God I got it, because now this game is, hard to get. Fucking price has gone up. Here's the game a lot of people hated. I don't know why, maybe because I'm not a super hardcore Metroid fan. Metroid Other M. I enjoyed this game. I really liked the fixed camera angles, third person action. It was fun, Did we need the story segments in there? Not really. First person mode was stupid because you literally just stood there and had to search around the screen for something to trigger the next event. But other than that, I enjoyed this game. I really enjoyed it. Got the extra ending, and it was good stuff. I enjoyed it. I really liked it. Really liked it. Mario Party 9. I haven't played a Mario Party game since 4, and they completely changed the game. Not party game wise, but like you all move together now. You don't move separately. It's all about collecting mini stars, and they tweaked it. It's still essentially the same concept, but it's a little different. So I don't know. I like it. It's fun times to play when you just want to have a blast and talk shit. Next game on the list is Mario Kart Wii. Look at the big ass plastic steering wheel on the cover. I mean, what a sellout. You know what I mean? Like, what a sellout. Obviously the game did amazingly well for Nintendo. This was on the charts for fucking years. Can't stand these scratches on here, man. I didn't really like it too much. I thought it was way too cheap. I thought the rubber banding was beyond extreme. Adding motorcycles, and it's like, this is my thing. So let's say you want to use the original cart. If other people start picking other vehicles, automatically they have the edge. And I hate the fact that they have an edge. It should be, well, they have an edge on this, but not on that. But to me, it seems like if they change their vehicle, they're gonna beat your ass, because it's just one of those things. So didn't like that one too much. Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympics. I think I did a video on this a while back. Gameplay, it's okay. It's nothing special. They're just trying to make money off the license and putting Sonic and Mario together, so it's alright though. This one I was actually a little excited for, simply because you know, first time Mario and Sonic were coming together. And it's okay, but there's a lot of waggle. Talk about one of the games that have too much waggle, this is it. Oh my gosh. Ridiculous amounts of waggle. Next game on the list is Mad World from Platinum Games. Fantastic game. It is super duper short. I mean ridiculously short. But it's a solid game. I remember this game came in the most cheapest flimsy fucking box I've ever seen in my life. So one of the games I traded, I actually switched the boxes out and it has like a nice durable box now. The box was like just split open. Like these things, it would just split open. It wouldn't even close. I'm like, Jesus. Fucking cheap ass people. Okay, next game on the list is Klonoa for the Wii. This is a remake of the PS1 game. And it's great. It's a nice platformer. Fun, simple, traditional platformer with nice looking graphics. Good stuff. Klonoa on the Wii. Oh, this game was hard as hell to find. A long story about that I won't get into. Next game on the list is Kirby's Return to Dreamland. This game is fantastic. Just when you think you beat the game, guess what? Nope. It's a whole new game after that. So I was glad that happened because it was too short. I'm like, no, this is it? Come on. $50? You're kidding me here. But no, it. Thank God, right? So you got enough content in here to keep going. It's pretty much new Super Mario Bros. Wii. You know, it's 4-player co-op Kirby stuff, and you can do team attacks, and it's great stuff. It's classic Kirby, true classic Kirby, finally returned to form. And too bad it took so damn long for it to happen, because I think most people just ignore it. Disappointing as hell, but looked amazing at the showings. Kirby's Epic Yarn. Oh man, this game is atrocious. I can't even speak. Atrocious. Why? It's so damn easy. I could play this shit with my eyes closed. It's so kiddie. It's so like, you know, the narrator. It's, oh man. This is not a Kirby game. It's not a Kirby game. Graphics are amazing though. I will say that graphics, I can't believe they were able to do these kind of graphics with yarn. It's amazing. But it's not a Kirby game. This is a game that should have been a new franchise, and I guess it was at one point. And so they just slapped Kirby on there because they're too scared to fucking try something new. So like, here you go, here's Kirby. Yeah, what a disappointment that was. This game, okay, this is from Yuji Naka from his new studio, right? And XC Games brought this over to the US. It's called Ivy the Kiwi. It's pretty much a puzzle type game. It looks okay. I never played it. I wasn't planning on buying it. This is the cool thing. I actually saved this because I couldn't believe this, right? I actually won on GameSpot. They gave me this thing here. Dear GameSpot member, thank you for watching GameSpots today on the spot. We apologize for the delay, la la la. Okay. This was from May 20th, right? May 20th, 2010. I got this finally sent to me because I didn't know if I got the right answer or not. I got this sent to me in September. So it was a surprise when it came in the mail. I'm like, what is this? Am I getting a job? Oh shit. No, it wasn't a job. It was a fucking game. So yeah, that's the little backstory behind that game. Since I haven't played it, something interesting to talk about. Ivy the Kiwi. Sonic the Hedgehog? No, Ivy the Kiwi. Okay, here we go. House of the Dead Overkill. This game is badass. This game's badass. Don't buy the Wii Zapper. Don't buy the PlayStation Move version, which is inferior. Buy House of the Dead Overkill for the Wii. This game is fantastic. I'm telling you. Brutal, over the top, just awesome. Pure awesome. And the Wiimote itself, simply alone, works perfectly. And I guess you can unlock both Wiimotes and do dual shooting. So this is an awesome light gun game. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, this game was also super hard to find. But, you know, I eventually got it. New at the time. It's probably hard to find now. Dragon Ball: The Revenge of Piccolo. This is an actual cool platformer. Beat 'em up platformer game. And the bosses are actual like fighting game style boss fights. Cool mix. A cool mix. You get the platforming, everything traditional, you know. And then you get, this is based off the Dragon Ball series, not Dragon Ball Z, so keep that in mind. It is a good game. I recommend it. Next game on the list is Donkey Kong Country Returns. Man, is this game amazing. This really has the spirit of the original Donkey Kong Country games. Realized, you know, modern day graphics and blah blah blah. I thought the motion controls were going to be garbage. They actually work pretty well. Also, this game is hard as fuck, okay? Near the end, you get these special stages you unlock, and they are brutal. I never got through them. I beat the main game, but it gets brutal, let me tell you. And the last game on my list that I always wanted to get and finally got it, and it is still sealed, the Blob. The Blob for the Wii. This was a cool platformer where you had to paint the world. The world was like all black and white, and you know, you would go around, everything you touched turned to color. It was really cool to see everything happening on screen. I did play it, but I bought it later on and it's still sealed. They made a sequel, which to me is like, damn it, they made a sequel, so it's like you want to get the HD version, but it originated on this console, so it's like you gotta, you know, I hate having part 1 on this system, part 2 on that. I never liked that, but so yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, one more thing. The Mario 25th Anniversary Collection, which is essentially ROMs. It's cool. It's pretty much Mario All-Stars, and you get a little mini history book, you know, and it's just Mario All-Stars. That's the bad thing. It's just Mario All-Stars. Whoa, focus, camera, focus. Jesus Christ, what the hell happened there? Oh, I guess when I put this close up, it freaked it out. I don't know. So yeah, that's it, guys. That is the last fucking game. I got like, I don't know, 100 virtual console games too, so I guess, you know, I'll be getting the Wii U. Kind of don't want to, but I know I will anyway, so. And they said you can transfer all your shit over, so that'll be great. And I'll have all these games to go back and finish, backward compatibility. Yeah, so until next time, guys, peace out.